got up early this morning because we had the culture festival today, and we had to get on an earlier train. I think we did some stuff this morning to help get ready for it before school, so we had to be there like half hour early. So I got up a half hour earlier, but it wasn't that bad because it was the time I would get up for school in America, so it wasn't too bad. Even though it's summer in America right now, it wasn't that bad. So and then when we got to the school, we kind of sat around for a little bit, and then once school started, everyone went down to the gymnasium, and we sat in our with our teams from the PE festival. So we had A, B, C, and D, and we had our banners hanging and stuff, and they were cool. And I finally got a picture of ours. Last time before I got a picture of it, it fell down at the PE festival, so I got a picture of it today. Then while we were there was a new student teacher for, I think it's John's classroom actually, and he gave an introduction speech like John and I did at the PE festival. He gave it this one because John and I have actually been here longer than him, which is really weird. We're leaving before him, of course, but he's only been here since last Friday, I think. So John was kind of telling him how things work and stuff. It was funny, but after that, there was a teacher band that played, and it was really funny. The first song they played was YMCA, and there was also a student band that played that's pretty good, and then there was a girls dance team that went, and then there were some funnier acts that were just kind of people screwing around, but they had these dances they had made up, and they had a song they were singing while they were up there, and most of those ones were pretty tone deaf, I would say, the singers for those, but it was still funny to watch. After that, after all the acts were done, we went back inside, and I was brought to John's classroom by my homeroom teacher, and John and I were paired up, and we just walked around for the rest of the day, going to the classrooms. Every classroom had a different theme they had to do, and John's classroom was a magic room. Then there were some haunted houses. My room and a second year room had, we had to make these videos, and they were basically like trick shot things, kind of. So there were people, they'd like take an eraser and throw it behind them, and it'd land somewhere. They're throwing bottles into windows on the third floor from down on the ground, and throwing brooms into closets, and getting or kicking soccer balls into a shed that's really far away, stuff like that. So those were neat. And then ours, we also decorated the hallway outside. There was a one that was like completely balloons. They were making balloon animals, and we had these little cards that we got stamped at each one, and I think we were supposed to turn them in somewhere, but we never did that as far as I know, so I don't know what they were for. But anyway, what else was there? John's classroom was like an optical illusion magic thing, which was fun. We got free coupons. Everyone else had to buy theirs, but we got free coupons from the school, which was cool. So thank you. For the food, there were different classrooms, and the PTA were selling different foods. So one classroom was selling these snow cones, which are really cool because they weren't like American snow cones. You got your shaved ice and your flavor on top, and then they put like a little fruit cocktail on it, and then a scoop of ice cream on top. It was really good. And then there was a tent that was selling takoyaki, which is like fried octopus spheres, kind of. Then there was grilled dongos, which were really good, and they also had like beverages there. And then there was, oh, there were these like little donut hole things kind of, and then they had like chocolate sauce and whipped cream on them, and then the PTA was selling hot dogs that were kind of weird, but they're very different than American hot dogs, but they were all right. We had so much food today. After we ate, we kept going around to the different rooms, and I think we made it to all of them that had stuff today. And then right at towards the end, we went out to there's another little building that has tatami rooms and stuff in it. It looks like it's a newer building. It has air conditioning, which is really good. Especially today, it was super hot today, but we went out there because we had seen people going out there, so we didn't know what was out there. And we went up, and I think there was a place that had like pastries and stuff, but they were closing up by the time we got there. But we went into the top room where the drama club practices, and they were practicing tea ceremony, and we were served, and it was neat watching that. It was really painful sitting Japanese style, and when John and I both stood up, we almost fell over because we are not used to sitting like that. But it was good. It was a really hot green tea, but it was good. It was hard trying to figure out what we were supposed to do, because you participate also there. You have to bow to them and turn the cup a certain way, and and then we had like a little rice cake thing, not a rice cake, it was sort of like a dango almost. I don't know what it was, but so that was cool. Probably the most cultural thing we saw the whole time, and I think that was probably my favorite part. The haunted houses were interesting. They weren't really scary, but they were funny. And we got the first one we went in, we got lost, and because you had to crawl through this little tunnel, and we didn't know which way to go because it was built out of desks, and it was really confusing. And then in that one, there was like an alien guy who popped out at you, and then you got your picture taken at the end. That one was weird. It wasn't scary at all. It was really just funny and weird getting lost in the tunnel. So, and then the second one, we were handcuffed. Well, this first one we had the option to be handcuffed. The second one we didn't. So, we had to be handcuffed for the second one. And we got this tiny little flashlight that really did nothing. And that one, there was a guy following us the whole way. That one was a little creepier, but it wasn't. I didn't scream or anything. I kept trying to get the flashlight from John to catch the guy that was following us, because he kept, every time I turn around, he'd run under a little curtain that made the walls that you walked through. So, and I did get him at the end. Yeah, after we went to all the rooms, we cleaned up our classrooms, and then I met John after school, and his host sister had gone somewhere for drama club, and he was feeling kind of lonely, so my host sister went shopping with some of her friends, and so John and I wandered around for a little bit. John had to be back at the school kind of soon because he had to practice their song for tomorrow, and I had to be at the train station after that, so we walked around a little, we didn't go in any shops or anything really. We just kind of walked around and looked at different houses and interesting buildings and stuff and talked, but it was fun. I walked him back to the school, and then I went to the train station, and I had a half hour before I was supposed to meet my host sister, so I went in the store, and that's behind the train station, and she was actually right in there at the Mr. Donut place right towards the front, and with her friends. So I went over there, and we were actually able to, since both of us were ready to go, we were able to catch a earlier train and get home earlier, which was cool. And then I went for a walk with Oto-san and Akihiro, and we kind of wandered around the town. And then we also saw some bamboo shoots, which is cool, and we went and picked some cucumbers and eggplant from my host father's garden, and we walked around, and then we came home, and then we played with lots of hanabi that we had left over from the different times we've done it, and used the rest of them up. And then we came inside and laid around and watched TV, and then I bathed, and now here I am. Tomorrow is Culture Festival Part 2, so I will update you on that. Tomorrow's our last like full day with our family, so wow. Alright, bye.